Yo, this just in. Marvel Rivals saved modern gaming. Yay! Yeah! Guys, Marvel Rivals, I believe, has saved modern gaming. I'm the Godly Gamer. Welcome back to the channel. Let's get started. I first want to say I'm sorry and I apologize to everyone. I'm actually not feeling too well. So, that's why my voice sounds like this. But let's get right into it. So I think Marvel Rivals saved modern gaming because it shows how truly dedicated and active developers, uh, passionate developers are, and how that makes a game successful. And I believe Marvel Rivals pushes the standards for games coming out in the future. So I want to start off by explaining what Marvel Rivals is. It's a live service, free to play game based on Marvel comics, and you're basically playing a 6v6 shooting game, right? And melee game, because it's not just shooting, it's also hand-to-hand combat in it. And you're playing a whole bunch of Marvel characters and heroes from the comics and from the movies. And you guys are just playing as a team to do various objectives and overcome the other enemy team. It's really cool, man. And I know most of you guys know this, but this is just for people who don't, right? The reason that Marvel Rivals has saved modern gaming is because it is live service done right. Many times we've seen live service in the past fail, right? I'm sorry, multiverses and many other service platforms and games have literally failed. Why is that? Because they're lazy. They don't have a sense of direction. They don't have a sense of passion. They give up. They don't give enough content. They don't have enough maps. They don't have enough things that keep people interested. They don't have enough things to strive for. Marvel Rivals is live service done right because it has many things to strive for. Not only is there tons of different ranks you could strive for just for ranked, but there's tons of skins you can unlock from playing the game. There's a whole bunch of challenges you can unlock. There's achievements you can unlock. There are badges and title cards and nameplates and different icons you can unlock to just make your overall like HUD and overall gameplay experience just more enjoyable or customizable. They have like lots of little things you can unlock, but they also have a high skill ceiling in this game too. It rewards you for getting better at characters. It rewards you for learning what characters can really do and capitalizing on their move sets and things like that. This game also it's free to play in every sense of the word. It's easy to get like money in the game or in game currency. It's easy to unlock things. If you never wanted to pay a single day in your life for anything in this game, you could still get things at your own pace. And it's like this game really has a good way of being generous. I think it's just live service done right because the develop you could tell the developers care. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering. You could tell the developers genuinely care, and you can tell they really are passionate about Marvel. They make every character feel like truly it like individual characters that are like that stand out. They're not just it never feels like anybody's just a copy and paste. It literally feels like everybody's different. So I think that's amazing. The another part about Marvel Rivals that I feel like is the reason it saved modern gaming is just constant customization. There's constantly new emotes you can get or new skins you could get. Now they have color variants, and that can just end up becoming something even crazier in the future. There's just so much customization in this game. There's so much you can get in this game to make your character feel different. And now that the game has been out for a while, I rarely see everybody using just the same two, three skins. It's like you could fight 10 Hawkeyes in a row, and some of them will have the default, some of them will have like a skin that came out of season zero, another will have a skin that came out in season one, and another will have a skin that came out in season two. It's like everybody's so different, you know. And a part of that is because not everybody has the money for every skin or, different things like that. But it's also every skin's just not for everybody. Every customization piece is just not for everybody. So it feels very cool that everybody has a different like expression for their character that they like to play. And I think as this game goes on, like once it hits like by the time it hits like season 7 to 10, it's going to be so much different cool customization options. And I think that's just going to make this game stand apart from many other games, like, in due time. Like, this game already stands apart, but I think it's going to stand apart even more, which is crazy. Another reason I think this game, shines and saves modern gaming is just the update balance. Like, they have balance updates literally all the time. They're constantly balancing characters. They're constantly making characters who are overpowered a little bit weaker. Not They're never nerfing too much, but they're making characters that are overpowered a little bit weaker. They're making characters that are underpowered a little bit stronger. And I feel like their balancing has been taking like they've been making good choices with that. They're not perfect. I do think they can adjust a little bit of things, but no game is perfect. Like, if somebody was to say on a scale from 1 to 10, how's the balancing of Marvel Rivals? I would say 9 out of 10, legit 9 out of 10, because every character feels like they could demolish any other character if you really learn that character. But you have to learn that character, and you have to learn that matchup. Um, so it doesn't mean you'll be able to defeat every character with that character, but that character can, in theory, right, with its potential, beat every other character. That's how it feels. Um, like I said, there still needs to be some adjustments on little things, but I think this game overall has like almost a perfect balance, and it's like really good. Um, and they constantly are doing more and more. And as new heroes come to the game, even though a lot of people are saying that they're kind of scared for what the balancing is going to turn out to be in the future, I'm not scared. I don't think that they're going to just randomly mess up the balancing because there's 50 heroes eventually. I think they're going to literally continue to balance the game, and I think maybe there will be a season where we won't get any more characters for a while. Not saying that will, like, I think they can honestly add up to like over 100 characters, but I do think that as they're unlocking new characters, there might be a season, maybe in season year 2 or year 3, there might be a season where we just fall back on getting new characters for a while, so they could focus only on balancing. I do think that's healthy, and I hope that they do something like that. But and the only reason I say I hope that they do something like that is because I do think that I'm not scared for it, but when they do have like a lot of characters, I would like the game to be balanced before we get 100 characters. I would like the game to be balanced at 50, right? So like I don't want to just get 50 characters, the game is imbalanced, and then we get 60 characters and 70 characters and 80 characters, and then the game is just hella imbalanced. I don't want that personally. So it would be cool if they ever are struggling with balance in the future, if they could say, you know what, we're going to take a break from releasing any new heroes until we get the balance perfectly right. Um, but I do think they have a good enough team and a good enough time, right, and a good enough head start uh, in order to make sure that the balancing never falls behind like that. Um, the next reason I think Marvel Rivals saved modern gaming, right? It's constant promotion. This game is constantly being promoted on YouTube, on social media. There's ads for it. Marvel sells itself, but besides the name just selling itself, the gameplay and the funness, right, of Marvel Rivals literally speaks for itself. But you can constantly see it. I know a couple people who haven't really even played the game, but they say that they see ads for it. Like, the game is in constant promotion, and that's a good thing. It should be. That's how you get more people to play it and to try it out and to keep it on people's mind, even if they don't play it right away, right? Um, I think that constant promotion, the way this team has been handling their promotion has been phenomenal. Like, even on just YouTube, how they've been announcing new stuff has been like extremely phenomenal. And then they use like some of the biggest content creators to promote their stuff too. And I really like that. I think they're really smart with promotion. So that's like a plus plus. Nothing really more to say about that. I just think they have really good promotion. And I think most games, live service games especially, need to have hella promotion. Like, if they don't, they will fail. Right? I want to say the next reason is well designed gameplay. This is the next reason I think Marvel Rivals saved modern gaming. The gameplay is just well designed. I mean, having an objective that you have to accomplish with your team, being able to use abilities and have cooldowns, and having to manage those abilities and cooldowns and ult cooldowns and ultimates, and uh, understanding that you have to take things or heal your team or dive or flank or do certain things in order to win the match. It's just amazing when it comes down to it. Like the gameplay is just really amazing, and I think at the core of any game, right, what you need more than anything is good gameplay. If you have good gameplay, then everything else can be worked into it. It doesn't have to be the perfect anything as long as it has a really amazing gameplay. And so I think they got that part right. I think it needs more than that in the long run, but I think amazing gameplay is how is a good foundational start. And I think a lot of live services in general and games in general just they even tend to fail on that part. A lot of times they tend to fail on just having great gameplay, you know? So I think Marvel Rivals saved modern gaming. It makes modern gaming say, dang, we need to make fun gameplay before we can release this game. Another thing is they also like one thing that the developer said in this game is that they already were a year out into development. So they already got a year ahead in their plans and in their development before releasing the game. That keeps them always ahead of their target, which makes development 20 times easier for them. If games could think like this, they would see 20 million times more revenue. They would see people sticking with their games for way longer than 4 months, 3 months. They would see people sticking with their game for at least a year. They would see people being consistent with playing that game and having consistently good things to say about it if they just were smart about the development instead of rushing the development to get your bucks, and instead of listening to publishers that like rush you and stuff like that. It's like it's better to just have smart development planning. And I think Marvel Rivals has that to some of the highest degree. I also think like people need to stop caring about money. Like these developers for the games, I know they want to make good games, but they need to stop signing with publishers that are going to push them. Like, yo, I gave you this much money. I want a return on my investment in a year. Like they need to stop like signing with people like that. They need to sign with people, even if it means they have a less budget for their game, because there's some games that are coming out that have extremely low budgets but are extremely fun. Just because it doesn't have a high budget doesn't mean it's gonna look bad or feel bad. Like uh, like Marvel Rivals, people would look at it and it doesn't have the most realistic graphics, but it's not supposed to. It has stylized graphics. This is the style of graphics they want to have, and it's really good graphics, but it's just stylized. It's not like realistic, like as if you're playing Kingdom Come Deliverance, or if you're playing. I'm trying to think of a game where realistic looking people like Assassin's Creed Shadows or something. This game is supposed to look cartoony, but it makes the game feel more fun in that way. It's stylized that way. And I think more people need to think about us doing stuff like this. The reason why people always are looking for uh, publishers that are giving a lot of money and they submit to these publishers is because they want their games to also look way too realistic, or they want too much unnecessary stuff in the game that just kind of requires so much money instead of just like, look, let's just make a really good game. And I'm not saying like, if you could get a lot of money for your game development, awesome, dude, that's a blessing. But also, don't sacrifice the integrity of the game, or how the game could come out, and how the love of the game could be snuffed out by money if you don't like if you're not careful. Like, don't let that happen. Another reason I think Marvel Rivals literally saved modern gaming is because it just has lots of lore. There's tons and tons of lore. Like, this might not be something that people think of, but the fact that the game has so much lore keeps so many people interested. Like, they want to read about the lore. They want to know about the lore. They want to know about what happened in season 0, what happened in season 1, what happened in season 2, what's going on, why is Doctor Doom attacking everybody, what's Ultron doing at Krakoa. Like, people want to know that stuff. Lots of lore in any game is always a bonus. Like, if you already have good gameplay, if you already have a good promotion, if you already have a good development cycle and a good development plan, and then you add lore to it, man, that's just asking for your game to do spectacular, right? Um, the next reason is there's lots to learn in the game. There's like constant things to learn in the game, not just how your character plays, but how matchups work, what's positioning, what is flanking, what is battle IQ, what is when do you get health packs, when's the best time, what's the best person to heal with, or what's the best way to heal, or when's the best time to heal, and when do you push forward, what's taking space. Like, there's so much to learn in the game, and I think that makes the game really fun too, because it has a longer life cycle, because there's just so much to learn. Like, you can never be 100% a perfect master at this game. You can always get better and better. So I think those things alone make this game like on another level. But another reason this game saved modern gaming is there's just lots to gain from playing. You know, it's like you really gain from your time invested. Investing your time in this game really allows you to feel like you're getting what you earned by putting in the hours, right? You put in the hours, you get the rank that you need and all that stuff. Now, if you're over here not getting the rank that you want, and you're complaining about it, most of the time, I'm not gonna lie, it's just because you need to learn how to play better and learn how to play as a team better. Mind you, I play as a team better is the biggest point that I'm saying. I feel like people keep thinking like, oh, I'm playing as good as possible, but it's like, no, play as a team better. Maybe as an individual you are good, but do you play as a team good? You know, do you play good as a team? Do you play good as a team? That is the biggest thing. This is a team-based game. Right here, I think for the rest of the game, we're all like going crazy right here because it's a team-based game. Are you in a position to help your team? Or are you just thinking about your own kills and your own satisfaction? That's how this game shines. It's learning how to play as a team. You can always get better. And there's just lots to gain from like learning good teamwork in this game. I think this game is like one of the best games out because it just does most of the things right more than it does wrong. And I think these days a lot of games do the opposite, right? They do more wrong than they do right. It's like, yeah, they do some things right, but most of what they're doing is wrong, and then people end up hating it, and then they just leave. But Marvel Rivals is the opposite. It's like, yeah, like they do some, maybe occasionally there's like a few things wrong, but ultimately they just do so much right, you know. And you know that's just my perspective. I think this game is, if not the game of the year, it's my game of the year. It is literally the best game I've played in the last like 5 to 10 years, and I'm going to be putting in a lot of hours on this game. I already put in 400 hours on this game, and I still want to put in much, much more. It's really rare for games to do that. The last games I did that with was Battlefront 2, with Heroes versus Villains, and For Honor, and those are super old games. This game is very brand new, and it's already 400 hours into it. Like, I could see myself putting like thousands of hours into this because it's really just that fun, you know, as long as they keep it up to date and keep the content coming and keep the characters coming and the maps coming and the new game modes coming and the lore coming. I think I'll be playing this game for an extremely long time. It is super fun, excuse me, and it's super like rewarding, like I said. Modern gaming has a lot to live up to since this game has come out, and people will not settle for less anymore. Like, people are tired of getting, you know, half-baked games and games that are just like trash, right? A lot of like developers, where they go wrong is they think, oh, Fortnite got money and Marvel Rivals got money, so it just needs to be live service, or we just need a game pass, battle pass, or whatever. We just need this, we just need that. But in reality, it's like, no, it's none of those things that are making these games popular. It's the gameplay, and it's the content, and it's the passion. Whoever created Fortnite, passion, smart, fun gameplay. Everybody got super addicted to that game and had fun with it. Almost everybody played it. I still have never played Fortnite. I'm just being real. I just don't ever think I will become a Fortnite dude. But a lot of people love the gameplay, and then on top of the gameplay being like very well received and very well liked, um, that just has hella content, like constant updates, constant things that you can get, constant collaborations. Like these are all the things that literally, make that game the top. So it's the same thing for Marvel Rivals. God bless you guys. I'll see you in the next one. I'm the Godly Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Peace, 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 peace. Christ loves gamers. Peace.